Hello, my name is Brian. I'm a technical support engineer here at ScreenMeet. In today's video, we'll cover the ScreenMeet Live product using the ScreenMeet console. Before we move forward, we'd like to note that your experience and features may be different than what is shown here, as your ScreenMeet administrator may have disabled functionality or required it to be enabled by default. To begin, we have logged into console.screenmeet.com with our credentials. To create a session, we will simply click on the Live Call button and enter a description and enable any relevant features. Once we have created the session, we will see two buttons. The first Start Live Call button allows the agent to join the session. The Live URL button allows the agent to copy the live session link to their clipboard to send to the end user via email, chat, and more. To proceed, we will click on Start Live Call. Once we join the session, we will firstly see that the call is being recorded at the top of the camera preview pane. This is because we enabled this setting earlier on in the session. We also have the options to turn and mirror microphone on or off, enable your camera, or change your input and output devices. Once we are ready to join the session, we will simply click on the Join button. Now that we have joined the session, we will see the live tools that allows us to communicate with our customers, end users, or internal employees. At the top left of the ScreenMeet Live toolset is another indicator that the call is being recorded if this setting was turned on. At the bottom left of the screen, we have the meeting information pane, which includes the session ID, the session description, PIN, and the link if we need to share it or copy it again. Next to the information pane is the option to set the live product in a full screen view. In the middle of the screen, we have the options to mute or unmute our microphone, enable or disable our camera, and turn on screen sharing. A meeting participant can share either their entire screen, a specific window, or a specific tab within their browser. For the purposes of this example, I will have a simulated guest join on another device and start sharing their screen. Once the user has joined the session and shared their screen, I can interact with the screen share by clicking on the three dots at the top right of the feed. Through these options, I can enable annotation, which allows me to draw on the screen to point the meeting participant's attention to a specific part of the screen share. I can also change the color of the drawings, the size, and undo or clear all drawings. Once I've completed the annotation feature, I can click on the X button. Within the three-dot view, I can promote this guest to the host or kick them out of the session. To the right of this, I can also pin their feed as well. Up next is our settings pane, which includes some features that we have already discussed. The reason why these items also appear in this toolbar is because the end user may not see the icons at the bottom left or bottom right of the ScreenMeet Live window if they have made the window smaller or on a lower resolution device. The first option shown is the meeting information pane, which we already discussed. The active speaker layout option allows you to hone the video view on the person that is currently speaking in the meeting. The alternative layout is the grid layout, which shows every participant equally regardless if they are speaking or not. The chat feature allows you to type messages to meeting participants. You can also transfer files utilizing this feature as well. Once the file transfer has successfully completed, the meeting participants can click on the link to download the file. Depending on how your ScreenMeet administrator has configured your organization, this file may also be attached to the case inside of console.screenmeet.com as part of your retention settings. As the agent, you can also create a child session by using the plus button inside of the chat. This allows you to escalate the session to a remote support or co-browse session if your organization has licensing for these products. Up next is the background option, which is a shortcut that allows you to quickly change your virtual background. By default, there is no background or blurring. Your ScreenMeet administrator may upload a custom branded background for you to use. The video and audio settings are also shortcuts that allow you to switch your input and output devices while in the session. The settings pane allows you to enable or disable features while the session is going on, such as guest video enablement, guest approval, recording, and more. Within this view, you can also change the language localization as well. The People or Participants list allows you to see all current participants of the ScreenMeet Live session. The Other Sessions option is another way to create a child session as shown in our chat example. Lastly, we have a recording shortcut which allows you to enable or disable recording depending on what was set up initially when creating the session. Lastly, depending on your resolution, you may see the participant, chat, and settings icons at the bottom right of the ScreenMeet Live window as well. To end the session, we will click on the red icon. We will see options to either leave the meeting or close it. Closing is permanent in nature, whereas leaving the session keeps the session open if you will be rejoining it or if participants within the meeting are still using the tool. Once we have completed the session, the agent will see the option to leave a review for the session. This is not shown to meeting participants and is only shown to agents that are using the tool. Once we have completed the session, we can navigate to My Session History within console.screenmeet.com and click on the session ID to review what happened within the session. On the Information tab, we see the ID, status, duration, creation date, time ended, and more. The Session Log pane shows granular information about the session such as features enabled, guests leaving and joining, and more. The Files tab will show any transferred files depending on your transferred file retention settings as well as the recordings of the session. The ability for agents or administrators to view recordings can be customized by your ScreenMeet administrator. This concludes the ScreenMeet Live overview utilizing the ScreenMeet console. Feel free to let us know if you have any questions. We'd be happy to assist. Thanks and have a great day.